Hi, I wanted to do an unboxing of this particular bidet because we had purchased one not too long ago, and it was like a high dollar one for $600 and some dollars, I remember, and it only lasted 4 years. So now we're trying this other, which is a lot cheaper, as you can see. It is the Combier Bidet. I'm not pronouncing it right, and it is only $150. So it's got everything that the other had. Only thing different is that it has a night light, and it also has this feature right here is a different color. Something else, was there something else? I'm trying to think. I think that was it. Other than that, it's about the same.
Alright, your bidet came in.
Alright, cool. What's in the box?
You got some Teflon tape, got some connectors, and some hardware.
Okay.
And we got this little wrench, but we will use our own tools. We have tools here. And then the seat comes out. There's nothing else in the box.
Okay.
And it comes with a...
That's everything. We got the elongated one because our...
No, we got the round one because...
Is it a round
one? A round is from the center of your holes on your toilet lid to the front of the bowl. And the other one is the center of your holes to... is like, this one's only 16 and a half, the other one's 18 and a half. That's it.
This is identical to what we had before, except just a different name brand.
I'm curious to see how this goes because the one we paid almost $700 for has big connectors and screw-on pipes, but we'll see.
Okay, all you have to do now from this point is just to remove your toilet seat lid or your bidet that you have currently to replace.
Okay, so in order to work on your existing toilet, you should have one line here. What we want to do is we want to make sure the water is shut off here at this point. If your water doesn't hold, for some reason, when you tear your lines off of here, shut the main water off to the whole house. And you're going to need a bucket of water to capture any water. Alright, so another thing you want to do is you need a bucket. You just use a trash can to flush the toilet before you disconnect this. That's pretty important. That way there's not a lot of water in the tank. The water's not going to fill up. Fill it down, get all the water out of it as much as you can. Because as soon as you take this off, all the rest of the water is going to come out. Okay, at this point you get yourself a pair of pliers or channel locks or something or whatever. You want to take off whatever's on here to there. That's what it should look like. And before you tear off your toilet seat or whatever, you're going to want to put some gloves on when you tear off all this stuff because look, it looks dirty. You get yourself an old sponge or something like that and that you're ready to throw away. So that way you gotta touch anything. So we'll disinfect that real quick before we take this away. Alright, so this piece comes out of there and you got to make sure this little rubber thing's in here. This mounts on the bottom of the nipple of the toilet. And what you want to do is you want to tighten it, hand tight. Once you tighten the hand tight, you don't want to turn it more than one full turn and a half because everything in here is plastic. Okay, so down here where I had you put this together, make sure that you put some of the
Teflon tape
on there. And then what it's going to do is it's telling you to stick these in the hole. Just get them a little wet, is what it says, and just stick them in a hole. Okay, so to get this bracket off, that's our next step. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, and all you do is pull that bracket straight off. And if the seat's attached to the toilet, all you got to do is pull on the toilet seat. This will be going down here like this, and then you will be putting on, these brackets here. That's what holds it. And it shows it up. And then you're going to be putting The washer's on. And the screws must be in the little black space, rubber spacers. So that is our next step. So the instructions don't really show you where you're supposed to put the bracket from the back. So I measured from here to here, from where the bracket hits to the back of the toilet is 3 3/4. So from the farthest point of your toilet hitting out, I'm putting 3 3/4 off the farthest point. So that technically should hit the back of this toilet right here. It should look something like this. I tightened it once and it seems like for some reason it just loosened up. Maybe it's that rubber kind of like settling in there. So give it a couple of minutes before you tighten it up again. So that way it stays sturdy. From my experience with our old bidet, this bracket, stuff gets underneath it and starts sticking. So I've got some Vaseline here and we're going to use it like caulking. And we're going to fill up the crack with it so that nothing can get underneath it. Basically like we're using like silicone. At least I hope that plan works. But we'll see how that goes.
All we're going to do is take off the tape on this right now for it to stay in place.
For the blower door and for the water to come out. Just cross your fingers. Until it clicks, it says.
Lining it up till it clicks.
I didn't hear no click. Nope. I gotta bring the bracket out a little bit more. Moved it out about 1/4 inch. See if it does it this time. Yep, it clicked.
It clicked.
And look, we still have about 1/8 of an inch clearance. Okay. Alright.
Okay, now he's taking the plastic off.
Alright, next step is we're gonna hook up the water line.
So you got it together.
So you just push that till it clicks. And it
Into
clicked
that.
on me. And now it won't come out.
Okay, he's got it in there. Pushed it in there.
So here is the other end it plugs in. I wrapped it around twice. There, it clicked.
There, I'm getting the light on there.
Now it won't pull out. That's how you know you got it or not. So I don't know if you can see, I wrapped this twice to get rid of some of the slack on the hose. So it's nice and tight.
Wrapped what twice?
The hose.
Okay.
It's looped twice behind the toilet.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so I ran the cord through the toilet. I'm going to plug it in. Should get some lights here. I don't know if you heard the beep beep.
I heard the beep.
Now we're going to turn the water on slowly, see if we got any leaks.
What was that beep?
It's a toilet beep.
Again? Hear the water.
Of course the toilet's going to fill up. Okay. Visually inspect to see if we got any drips off that water line anywhere.
Now our last one did not have this fancy light in it. Don't know how we're going to like that because we've already got a night light in the bathroom that's
Yeah.
automatic.
These have a skin sensor on them. And
Right
if
there.
you want to get away,
Right there's the skin sensor.
so on most toilet seats, right there around 4 or 5 o'clock, if you wet a piece of toilet paper, it's going to think it's skin. And just put it over that sensor.
There it goes.
Now, that's tricking the toilet to think you're sitting on it. So to test something, we'll see if it'll work. It's going to clean itself first,
Is it going to spray in the air?
and then it's going to start spraying.
Oh,
yeah.
it is. Oh, yeah.
Got a
That's
nice
great.
little jet.
Nice.
I think if you push it again, it goes back and forth. Yeah, see how it's going back and forth now?
Well,
You push it twice.
okay.
Alright, I'm going to take toilet paper off so I can... Well,
There it goes.
now it's going to clean itself. And that should be it. She's done. All right, so checked it for leaks. There's no leaks. You have different options here. You have stop. You have the clean massage. Like I said, you hit it once, it cleans the bung. Hit it twice, it goes back and forth. This is the bidet. I'm not sure what spa is, so if you hit it twice, you get to try something out.
I think it goes back and forth. It kind of, instead of just spraying straight, it just sweeps, does a sweep through.
There's the dryer.
There's the dryer. He's demonstrating the dryer.
Okay.
I think you can do that twice and it blows even harder. At least the last one did that.
Well, you can at least,
You know?
you can make it higher that way too.
Oh, okay. So I can feel it. And
Yeah, like you said. Okay, then you got basically we went over everything except for you can turn the thing off and on that way. And if you this keeps everything warm, and if you put it in Econo, it says it saves electricity. If you don't use it for an hour or so, it quits keeping everything warm until somebody uses it next time. It'll probably be a little chilly the first time. You can turn the light off. I gave a review on Amazon of 4 stars because the directions were very vague on where to put the bracket from the seat, and overall I think it's a pretty good deal. But if you do, when you take all this stuff off, keep your old toilet seat, keep your old parts, and put them in the garage or something, and that way if this thing craps out on you, you can at least go get some parts and use your toilet until you can do one. All right,
okay.
Thanks.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Thanks for watching.